What is the range of the discrete function? Range, I'm looking for all of my y values, so I'm looking for any of the numbers on my y-axis that include points. So I see my lowest one is -3, and as I move up, there are 2 points right here where y is 1, and as I move up, there's another point where y is 3, and that's it. So that matches up with B. 16, what is the domain? Domain, I'm looking for all x values, so here's my x-axis. And there aren't separate points, it's all very continuous and connected. And as I see on the left, it doesn't actually stop because it has arrows. It goes on forever to the left, which means I'm starting with a negative infinity. And with a negative infinity, you always put parentheses around it, never a bracket. To the right, as I continue on forever, I go to positive infinity, and you always put parentheses around an infinity, never a bracket. So that matches up with A. If I were looking for the range, be my y values from negative infinity up to 3, and I would put a bracket on that. So this, for example, would have been the answer if I had asked you for the range. Find the slope of each line. Slope is rise over run. So from one point to the next, I'm going up 3 and I'm going right 2. So my slope, I'm going rise 3, run to the right 2. That's going to be a positive 3/2, B. Next is slope formula. I want the slope between 2 points. I have the formula for it. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. My second y value is 1 minus my first y value is 3. My second x value is -17 minus my first x value, -1. We know subtracting a negative is really adding, so I'll change that. We have 1 minus 3, which is -2, over -17 plus 1, which is -16. If you reduce -2 over -16, that becomes positive 1/8, and my answer is B. Name the y-intercept. That's the point where my graph crosses the y-axis. That'd be at the point 0, +3, D. Find the slope of a line parallel to each given line. Parallel lines have the same slope. This slope is -2. The same slope would be -2. Find the slope of a line perpendicular to each line. Perpendicular slopes are opposite reciprocals, which means a different sign. So if this slope is positive, my new slope has to be negative, one of these two. And reciprocal means I flip the fraction over, so my numerator and my denominator switch places. So instead of 5 over 3, I would have 3 over 5. And again, it would be a different sign. So C. Sketch the graph of each line. Y equals -2x plus 4. My y-intercept is the point 0, 4, and my slope is -2, but I need to see that as a fraction so I can see rise over run. So I can just change that to -2 over 1. It's the same thing. So my y-intercept has to be 0, 4. That checks. That does not. That does not. That does not. Well, that narrows it down pretty well, but I also want to make sure I'm going down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, and I am. So my answer is going to be A.